Continuing our coverage for you tonight. After days of protests in our nation's capital, some veterans, well, they're now celebrating after the Pact Act passed 86-11 in the Senate yesterday.
The bill means veterans who are sick after exposure to toxic burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan can get the health care they need. News 5's Natalie Chuck has been tracking this bill for us for months now. She's joining us now live in the studio with reaction from one local veteran. Natalie.
Yeah, Veronica Landry told me the passage of this bill has been a long time coming. The White House calling it the most significant expansion of benefits and services for toxic exposed veterans in more than 30 years. An expansion that will help some of the hundreds of thousands of veterans living here in Colorado.
At 40-something years old, to be told that you have a disease that will become terminal.
Veronica Landry's case is like thousands of others who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, exposed to toxic air that bled from things like chemicals, paint, and even rubber being burned in burn pits.
My lungs, they looked like a long-term smoker, and I'd never smoked in my life.
We first introduced you to Landry 5 months ago, while she continued advocating and eagerly awaiting the day the Pact Act would pass, a bill expanding health care benefits for veterans like her, sick after serving her country. How do you feel now, 5 months later, now that this has officially been passed?
It feels really good to have this done because, I mean, it did take a lot of political wrangling, and that was not a pleasant part of it at all.
Protests sparked for days after the Senate unexpectedly voted no to the Pact Act last minute. But after a brief stalemate,
yeas are 86, the nays are 11.
The bill passed with one key provision. It removes the burden of proof for these veterans.
I feel like veterans now will be taken seriously when they walk into a provider's office and say, look, I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know why it's harder to breathe. I don't know why I have this pain here or there. I don't know why I have this terrible headache. I don't know why, but ever since I came back, my health has deteriorated and I don't understand it. Now maybe they will be taken seriously.
And even though the veterans who have already lost their lives due to this toxic exposure can't come back, Landry hopes this is a step towards closure.
There's some bit of validation and maybe vindication involved with that because it now becomes more real.
And a lesson learned by the country.
The biggest lesson of all is when you send our service members into war, you better be prepared to pay for what happens when they return.
The bill also provides health care benefits for any veterans impacted by Agent Orange in Vietnam. The president is expected to sign this into law within the next week.